I saw a video on YouTube in which a YouTuber ranked women in terms of beauty all around the world. Although a list like this can only ever be subjective, for beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, his list was all wrong. Subjectively speaking, as well as objectively speaking. And the comment section, which roasted him, served as my ballast, as evidence. He had Indian women second, Japanese women first. He was not specific in his generalities as beauty, race, nations, and peoples. So, in light of this, let me give you, subjectively speaking, the top 10 women ranked in this world. So at number 10, I have Iberian European Spanish. So that includes Portugal and Spain, the women of Iberian and European Spanish origin. Typically, I would rank Portuguese women as slightly above European Spanish, although both are generally beautiful. In light of this, I would say Portuguese and European Spanish women don't tend to date outside of Portugal and Spain. Precisely because they don't need to. There are enough men and Fernandos and Chads in Spain as well as in Europe for women of Iberian and European Spanish descent to be happily pursued, to pursue and to settle with. I'll put them at number 10. Number 9, I'd have Russian and Ukrainian women. Russian-Ukrainian women. They are pretty much the same peoples, especially when you move towards Western Russia and Eastern Southern Ukraine. They're pretty much the same people. The only thing which stops them being higher are the fact that there are many ogres once you go beyond Western Russia or Eastern Southern Ukraine. Generally, they are slim with Slavic features, in shape, quite feminine, and also have an attractive look which is not fully Caucasian, but at the same time has enough Caucasian features to be universally accepted as attractive. So number 9, Russian and Ukrainian women. Number 8, East African women, to include the countries of Djibouti, Eritrea, and Ethiopia. Black women have it difficult in this world because black people are not universally deemed the standard of beauty. Wherefore, they find it hard to punch inside the general agreed universal terms of beautiness. Beauty is defined largely by a male-dominated population which is Caucasian in nature. But, especially when you watch the film Coming to America, you see women of East African origins and descent of stunning beauty. And they are their colour, their garbs, their hair, the beauty of their skin, their interwoven femininity. I put them at number 8. I didn't include Somalia, that's no slight on Somalia, but Ethiopian, Eritrean, and Djiboutian women, number 8. At number 7, I have Maghrebian women. So that would include women from the Maghrebian or North African countries, namely Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, and as you can see, Libya. Now, these women span the desert people from the Maghreb countries. A lot of them have immigrated to France, namely Marseille and Paris. They're usually slightly brown in skin, and if they're not too delved into Islam, they let their hair flow. Sometimes they cover up, it depends. Often they have a very strong masculine presence around them, but they are generally accepted and known to be very beautiful. Maghrebian women. They speak Arabic mixed with French and have delicious diets. I put them at number 7. Maghrebian women. At number 6, I have Scandinavian women. Those are women found all across Scandinavia, to include Denmark, Norway, Sweden, Finland, and Iceland. Of all of those, I would say probably Sweden are number 1, although it's a pretty close run thing. I put them there because for me, subjectively speaking, they are the apotheosis of Caucasian beauty. When you think of Caucasian white women, the most beautiful around the world, you will probably not find better than Scandinavian women. Typically blonde or pale skinned. In Finland, you can get women with even white hair. They are they grow up in egalitarian societies. Although feminism is heavy in Scandinavia, their women are generally very, very beautiful. As I said, the apotheosis of Caucasian beauty is found in Scandinavian women, even when they are a bit more bigger, like in Iceland. Generally, very beautiful. Number 6, Scandinavian women. Number 5 is a bit of a surprise one. I would say Pakistani women. I place Pakistani women as number 5. They can vary from tone. You get darker skinned Pakistani women or lighter skinned Pakistani women. Pretty much all of them are Muslim, which is fine. But what you get with Pakistani women is beautiful complexion, lovely flowing hair, very feminine, nice eyes, and they are criminally underrated. Pakistan is not seen as favorably in the Western world as India, but when you look at it carefully, Pakistani women preponderate over Indian women. So number 5, Pakistani women, criminally underrated. In the list of top 10 most beautiful women across the planet, at number 4, I have Mediterranean women. Women found across the Mediterranean, along the Mediterranean line, connected to the Atlantic Ocean and stretching along the Mediterranean Basin. So that typically includes Greek women, Sicilian women, Turks, Cypriot women, and women found across Sardinia, Corsica, and the Strait of Gibraltar. These Mediterranean women are usually showcasing darker features in terms of hair and in terms of skin tone, and they are usually olive skinned. Their diets are fantastic. Remember, Mediterranean people live the longest in this world alongside Japanese, and they usually are slim. And the fact that they're along the Mediterranean basin means they get plenty of sunlight and it nourishes their skin. Universally renowned for being beautiful, Mediterranean women for me are at number 4. Coming in at number 3 in terms of most beautiful women in the world, at number 3 I have women of mixed heritage. Women of mixed heritage. So the rule here is that both parents, mum and dad, must emerge from separate races, and them two parents from separate races come together to create a child or a being who is a mix of both of them races, otherwise known as biracial. Now, they can vary from the standard mixed race in European language, Asian and white, that's to say a Asian mother and a Caucasian father. It can also be mestizo, as found in Latin and South America, or Afro-Latina. It can also be blasian, like somebody like a Tiger Woods type of color, or black and Jewish, like a Drake type of color, or black and Japanese, otherwise known as Blackanese, which there are numerous videos on YouTube of Blackanese children. So mixed heritage gets the best of both races, usually a dark mixed with a lighter, and then brings them together. Stunning eyes, nice hair, usually the hair, and also the heritage and the mixing of both races makes for beautiful complexions and peoples. So number 3, I have mixed heritage women. At number 2, for me, the second most beautiful women in the world are women Latina / South American plus Hispanic Central Americans. So these are women typically found across countries such as Colombia, Venezuela, the Dominican Republic, Panama, Costa Rica, Honduras, El Salvador, Mexico, and going deeper into South America, Chile. They, I have to preface this, must not be gorditas. That's to say, fat. I have to preface that because there is a big obesity problem across South America. And also at the same time, taking away the women who have had surgeries. But generally, Latina, South American, Hispanic, Central American women, the likes of Christina Aguilera and Shakira and many more whose names I can't reel off the top of my head, J-Lo, I'll put them as second. They have the wholesomeness of, for example, the best black women. Then they have the homeliness of Caucasian women, and then they have their own unique features, which when you look at a Latina or a Hispanic, you pretty much identify straight away. So I have them as second. And then at number one, I have Khaleeji / Gulf Arabs found in Eastern Arabia, and also Arabs of Semitic origin. And with that, I merged them with Iranian and Persian women. So it's a bit of a cheat. At number 1, I have Khaleeji / Gulf Arabs joint with Iranian Persian women. They are so beautiful that their religion admonishes them to cover up their beauty. Some of the most prominent figures in religions are from here. People like Mary, Mother of Jesus, for example. Beautiful women. And also at the same time as well, their complexion, the sun, and also the food they eat, if they're not gorditas, gives them beauty unbeknownst. That's natural beauty, not worked on. So it includes Jordanians, Palestinians, Qataris, Iraqis, Kurds, also Iranians, Emiratis, women from Bahrain, Oman. Number 1, Khaleeji Gulf Arabs with Iranian Persians. Beauty.